NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live second-round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole, with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything: birdie opportunities, holes that are fraught by water, bunkering that's been changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the first. Stepping up to the first tee, sights set on posting another low number here in round 2. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
I've played before.
Now to the second hole, and Frank, what can you tell us about this par 4?
A new tee has been added, lengthening this hole 30-plus yards. Plus, what used to be just one bunker on the right side of the screen has changed to a little pot bunker, and the addition of 2 bunkers on the left side. Still a semi-blind tee shot, and the hole just bends softly to the left. Another very good par 4 here at TPC Scottsdale.
Frank, there's a real art to putting a good score on the board, isn't there?
Yeah, that's why stroke play is so tough, Rich. You're trying to minimize everything on a golf course. Turn a 6 into a 5 or a 4 into a 3. It's like even off the edge of a green, trying to get up and down in 2 rather than 3. And you've got to do it for 18 straight holes. Straight holes. If it's a 72-hole tournament, then you've got to do it for 4 straight days. And that's why that's always been the best predictor of our best players. The ones that can go 4 days and make the least number of mistakes. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot, good look at the green. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie birdie to open. Now on to the third, first par 5 on the course here at TPC Scottsdale.
Yeah, the length of the hole hasn't really changed. It used to be 2 fairway bunkers down the left. Now there's only 1. Still a hazard that runs down the right side. A strategic hold if you can't make this par 5 and 2. And a brand new green that has been completely changed.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Oh, that's fine.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, it's not just a golf tournament at the TPC Scottsdale.
It's a party.
It's a giant throwdown, isn't it?
It certainly is, but the atmosphere works there. It just fits in. The players are aware of it. They're quite fine to play amongst it too, because it's such a rare event.
And to be honest, a lot of the fans, and there were almost 180,000 on Saturday alone in 2013, a lot of the fans, they don't see a single golf shot. They're too busy having a good time, having a party. These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot. He's hit the green, but his work is by no means finished. A difficult putt coming up from about 25 feet. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Really nice mix of holes to start here at TPC Scottsdale. The 2 4s and then the par 5. Now our first par 3. Just a little over 180 yards, Frank.
Plays a little downhill, longer than what it once was. The green is radically different. Used to be deep, now it's wide. And the bunkering, of course, is visually totally different from what it used to be.
This one's looking good. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Getting set now over the putt.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Clean this up with a tap. Good effort, good par putt. Now to the 5th hole and a challenging par 4.
Slightly longer this year, played off a new tee at the back, and there used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. They've now been put together to form one and in the perfect position that really make you think about. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil.
Whoa, that is long.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Trying to make yet another birdie. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Did the job right there. Par 4 6th, and Frank, a couple of options here.
Yeah, a hole that bends to the left. A draw is the preferred shot off the tee. The longer hitters will have a big advantage. They'll be able to get it down there and just have a pitch or a short wedge into this. If you're not, that long, then you're going to have to lay it back short of those bunkers. That's going to leave a lengthy second shot.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. About 110 yards to the flagstick, and that's where the hole is, right at the bottom of it. Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
Oh, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
I mean, takes the wind right out of your sails. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now to the second par 3 on the front 9. This is the 7th hole.
Yeah, quite a stiff par 3 because of the narrowness in the front. Really favouring a higher shot that's going to land softly, and therefore you can open up that green, because the further back you go, the wider it gets.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. How about that? Every green in regulation. Excellent ball striking today. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Cleans that up in the hole. Now here at the par 4 8th, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of 2 bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those 2 bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. This could be a good one. Birdie try up next. And now a putt from 24 feet away. How did that stay out, Frank?
Did everything but go in.
Just a little tap in here. That is a solid par putt right there. Finishing out the front side now at the 9th. And Frank, what do you think of this par 4?
Nice way to finish the front 9, Rich. Very thin green, protected by that little splash bunker in the front. Iron players get a real advantage here. One bunker down the right side to be aware of off the tee, though. I doubt anybody could carry that.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round. good putt. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. "120 yards out, trying to flight this ball with the wind a factor coming from behind. How good has the swing tempo been?
Has not lost it since the first hole, Rich. I think that's been the key to the round. Started with that rhythm, even though the winds were out there. The winds haven't abated, and neither has that rhythm.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good job right there. Now making a move and setting himself up for, who knows, a good weekend run, maybe at another title. The former college standout has been excellent today.
That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Second shot, good look at the green. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Par 3 12th may not be as famous as the Par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of the screen. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your Par 3 at 12.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. beautiful stroke right there. Finds the bottom of the cup with ease. Par 5 13, Frank, what kind of scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get on a par 5, obviously birdies and eagles come to mind. 13's been changed a little bit over the years. The split fairway's gone now, just one fairway. Water in play, bunker on the left side, they certainly define this fairway. And they've toughened up the front and left side of this par 5 green. The longer hitter, the high ball hitter, still will get a reward at 13.
Can't ask for much more. Right in the fairway here at 13. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Needs a sort of miracle putt.
Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. At the 14th now, it's a par 4.
And a dogleg left once again. The bunker on the left side's been pushed out to the fairway to really make you... Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. That should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Getting set now over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task?
Great question, Rich. You realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course. but this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that huge lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
On the 15th green in regulation, but not yet in the hole. This is about a 30-footer, and he'll look at it from a couple of different angles just to try to get a feel for it. This is a cross-country special. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Just a couple of feet. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, the one moment that sort of made the 16th hole what it is today would have to be Tiger's ace in 1997 here at the TPC Scottsdale when it was raining plastic cups.
It was also his reaction, too, and that ushered in the Tiger Woods era that we became associated with, which is the fist pumping, the rowdy spectators. I mean, he was one of the few players that bridged the gap between spectator and golf course. And it still goes on till today. And I think Rory Mcilroy probably is the only other player that starts to broach that type of inside and outside atmosphere with golf.
Still to this day, it's the loudest single moment that I can ever remember hearing on a golf course. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
And getting ready for the putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew McGee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened.
Yeah, the ball hit Tom Byram's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous, a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. He's made it. Well, again, the fairways are lined with those huge galleries coming off 16 and 17. Now the finishing hole here at TPC Scottsdale. And Frank, what can we expect?
Well, this is a goodie. It'll play slightly as a dogleg left. Now, many a year, a player would try and carry the ball all the way over that water down the left side, but those new bunkers down there, it stopped the J.B. Holmes attack on this par 4. You're really going to have to play a little right of those now, and there's a couple of bunkers up on the hill to stop you doing that. So this is really a much tougher tee shot. 440 yards of par 4 just got a little bit more difficult.
This is a good-looking shot. On the green in regulation. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Headed for home and in. What a tremendous putt. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Hello again and welcome. Rich Thorner alongside my friend and colleague, New Zealand's own Frank Nobilo. And we're here in the South Pacific Ocean at a pirate's scavenger yard turned golf course. It's known as Treasure Island. Frank, out to score a treasure here today. What can you tell us about this amazing course?
Well, Rich, on the subject of scavengers, that's what you've got to be on a golf course. You want the lowest possible score you can. You want to be an absolute miser when it comes to making bogeys. Few and far between. Golf course is certainly challenging. More than one way to often play some of the holes out here at Treasure Island. Look at the coastline, Buccaneers Bay, the volcano in the distance, and of course, pirates. Pirates, all to be seen.
Good tee shot right in the short grass.
Second shot.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just ride a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here. Well, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. So a tester from 4 feet. And so just getting started, even par so far. Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything, and it's kind of scary, to be honest with you.
It's a very stout par 3, well protected in the front by those 2 bunkers. Might be a little bit of treasure in there. Our commentary box to the right. Leave that alone, please. Small enough green, but it certainly provides a good target for a par 3 that's in the mid-200 yards.
Speaking of targets, I mean, there's plenty of cannon fire out there. You could take one across the bow right here. You could walk away with big number and some big hits. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That will be a great look at birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good putt, and now 1 under par. Frank, this is an amazing tee ball that the player is asked to hit. You need to be down that left side. That's obvious, but you don't want to go too far left. That is also obvious.
Yeah, too far left and you'll be more than shipwrecked. This is the first par 5 at Treasure Island. A good one down that left side, obviously between the water and mountain range, and you just might be able to get home in 2.
Can't tell, Frank. Do you think there's a way to go down that right side?
There is a secret passage. I can't tell you.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one looks right on point. That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Well, here at the 4th, the tee shot, Frank, requires a player to be extremely accurate. They do not give you a wide space to land that golf ball.
Plus, that fairway is anything other than straight. It's more serpent-like. So you've got to know exactly how far you hit your drive at it so you can decide which part of that fairway to land it on. Wonderful backdrop in the distance, though. There's Devil's Cauldron, the volcano in the distance.
That is some sight. I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. So going well up the hill to that green, will need to take an extra club here.
Should be safely on deck.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Frank, see if he can get the hat trick here.
Oh, things are looking so good. Stroke's good, swing's good. Let's see if it goes in.
Well, Frank, this hole really the Pirates at their very best in terms of design. I love what they did here.
Well, it's one hole you don't want to scull your tee shot. A little memento down there on the right side, that enormous skull that sits up on the hill. Very short par 4, nearly reachable for the long hitters, but Rich, I got to hand it to the architects here. Some marvelous architectural features here. The shape of the green, for example, is, well, I would say skull and crossbones, but I know you've done your pirate research. What do they normally call?
They call this the Jolly Roger.
But also the bunkers. Now, these aren't just normal bunkers. These are man-made.
Well, remember, the pirates were out here, they're not trying to shoot par. They're out here looking for some gold. They were trying to dig up some gold, and that's what they left behind is those bunkers. Normally you see bunkers look so nice, they're well raked and manicured. Not here. All in all, Frank, doesn't look too bad.
Just maybe a little right of the flag.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Settles in over the putt. Starting to fire on all cylinders. A couple of birdies in a row, and now 4 under. Frank, I just love the features of Treasure Island. Most golf courses, you're hitting around trees and bunkers, but here you have that sort of strange formation right in the middle.
Yeah, it's like a big needle-nosed rock there, but the view that you get on the tee because of the severe elevation makes this hole that much shorter. And the goal, needless to say, keep it left to that, and, well, that second shot should be rather welcoming. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
Looks like Rory Mcilroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Struck that one pure, about 8 feet away. Beautifully done. How about this? This would be a 5th consecutive birdie.
No, it's not fair. It's not fair.
With that, moves to 5 under par. Here's the second par 5 on the front 9. It's the 7th. Frank, what's the strategy here? What a hole.
I think when you stand on this tee, you really have to accept the fact that it's going to take you 3 shots to get here, no matter how good you are. Not really worth the go, because you'd have to hit some sort of monumental second shot that got up very, very quickly. And chances are you won't get a flat lie on this fairway. It is anything other than straight and anything other than level.
And now the second shot here at this par 5.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
That was a solid strike and a good result. I mean, this is amazing, Frank. He has knocked down every flagstick and a chance here for 6 birdies in a row.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. 6?
Well, this is impressive now. 6 under par and 2 straight birdies. Now we are at the long par 3 8th, and this is just a spectacular looking hole. And it's kind of fun, too, because in this case, X does mark the spot.
It does, and that's where you got to try and go. Nifty little par 3. No gold, no silver, just birdies to be had here.
That should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. Well, that's how you play the game, right there.
Rich, I'm starting to lose count. This is just birdie after birdie.
It's all-time stuff. I mean, this is territory we just don't visit very often. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Straight away now here on the par 4 9th as we round out the front side, Frank.
2 masts in the distance. They're actually from the old pirate ship. That mast on the left side of the fairway. Mast on the right is the right side of the fairway. So you've got a little advantage there. There's something about a well-hit shot.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. These putts keep the round together. Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo getting set to play the back nine here at Treasure Island. Frank, looks as though you're not only going to need your clubs, you might need a map.
You certainly will, Rich. We're heading into Buccaneers Bay here, and we'll be teeing off the pirate ship on the 10th hole. A sliver of fairway down the left side in amongst the rocks there. Stay on the green grass and don't get shipwrecked.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is just so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. Frank, that volcano is starting to percolate up there. You better hit the shot.
I see the smoke starting to brew. I feel the heat.
In the water. Too bad. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
That puts them at 4 under for the round. Getting set now to tee off at the 12th here at Treasure Island. It's a par 4, and again, you need to make the trip across a couple more islands. Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. Frank, the par 5 13th here at Treasure Island. I have to say, this makes the par 5 18th famous hole at Pebble Beach look like a walk in the park.
It certainly does. All the choices here, though, Rich, at the 13th, and, 13 is unlucky for some. The fairway for most is always down the right, but then if you hit your tee shot, then where do you go next? You go down the left on that little sliver of land. You go further down there in the nice big patch of green grass. That leaves you an easy third shot. Perhaps, maybe even try for 2 at this par 5 that measures close to 600 yards.
Well, this is a humbling game, isn't it, Frank?
Well, shots like that, not to be proud of.
Well, he's done it. That's an eagle right there. Tremendous effort. Frank, the thing about Treasure Island is at any point a player could stop and consider just where they are. And if they're not where they need to be mentally, they could really be thrown off their game. You're right at the base of a volcano here.
Well, it's a chance for your round to heat up, too. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Good contact, good result. Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
This is a good-looking shot. Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Ooh, so close. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, this is where you begin to see almost this ingenious, evil nature of this design by the Pirates here at Treasure Island. It gets punishing to the finish.
It certainly does, Rich. This is also where we start our ascent to the summit of Devil's Cauldron with just a little tempting par 3. Just goes across, has to be flighted well across the ravine, but it's got to be up, it better be high, and it better be long enough.
The grind is about to begin here at the par 3 15th. Each hole from here on out climbing up to the top of the volcano. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result, too. It's just a tapping.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Moves to -8. Sixteenth hole at Treasure Island. Pure danger, Frank, off that left side while continuing the climb.
And it's aptly named Devil's Elbow, but be careful, because right at the corner of the elbow, now there's no funny bone. Have to be short or long of that, otherwise you're going to go all the way down to the bottom.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. See a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going deep in the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
I mean, you just don't see this too often. How about 9 birdies on the card today? What a round. Well, Frank, it is time to walk the plank here at the 17th hole.
And don't put a foot wrong if you do. There'll be no help from your parrot as you try and veer a little left on this hole that bends that way. Up and up we go, nearly to the top of the volcano.
Watch your step, matey. A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row.
He can't be that good.
Now -10 for the round. Frank, they dive for golf balls at 17, the Island Green TPC Sawgrass. They're not diving for balls here at 18 at Treasure Island, are they?
Nah, the finishing hole is a par 3. All the way across the lava, you'll find the green.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. locked in on the read and the speed. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports in association with the FedEx Cup. Today it's live third-round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Birdie try up next. Trying to make yet another birdie. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Par 4 second hole, a little bit longer than the first, this one at 442 yards.
Yeah, they've added a new tee, changed the bunkering down the right side. Still a semi-blind tee shot, a hole that bends softly to the left side. The bunkering around this green has changed. Still, it requires a very precise tee shot. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up, get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Wind at the back, 90 yards away. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Getting set now over the putt. And he has it for birdie. Now the third hole, it's a par 5, and how does this one set up, Frank?
It's a nice yardage around that 550, 560 yard mark. So a good drive, you can certainly reach the par 5 and 2. Got to flash it across a little bit of a desert there. This green has been completely changed in 2014, and the addition of one bunker to that right side. Used to be 2.
And on the fairway here at the third. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
It's at sneaky distance.
Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll. Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Here now at the par 3 fourth. Frank, what's the setup here?
Plays a little downhill, so it won't play its full 180 yards. You can perhaps take one club off the decision off the tee. The green, as you can see now, is a little wider than what it was deep. The bunkering, though, is certainly excellent there. A little pop bunker on the right side, one there if you come up a little short, and there's another one on the left side should you pull your tee shot.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Well, Frank, now at the fifth hole, the par 4, the challenge stiffens just a bit.
Yeah, the longest par 4. Obviously in the start of this golf course, around the 470-yard mark. 2 bunkers down the right have been changed to 1, but it's in the perfect position now. Of course, that new tee added to add a little bit of length to this hole. The green still remains relatively similar to what it used to be.
That's in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one looks right on point. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Oh yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Par 4 sixth, and Frank, a couple of options here.
Yeah, a hole that bends to the left. A draw is the preferred shot off the tee. The longer hitters will have a big advantage. They'll be able to get it down there and just have a pitch or a short wedge into this. If you're not, that long, then you're going to have to lay it back short of those bunkers. That's going to leave a lengthy second shot. Oh, I liked that.
been impressive in these strong winds, putting together a great round of golf.
Well, the wind really is showcasing how good this player really is and separating him from the field.
Second shot, good look at the green. Frank, still relatively early in the round, but given what we've seen so far, this could be a heck of a golf round.
Yeah, right now, everything's just going according to plan. It's like he's playing on all 8 cylinders. So really, you're just trying to get out of your own way.
And it makes the green in regulation. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Stroke that with authority. On to the par 3 7th, 215 yards from that back tee box, Frank.
This hole hasn't really changed. Still has that V-shaped green where it's very narrow in the front. A high-flying shot in here that carries that front edge, and you'll find the further and further you go back there, the more receptive and that green starts to widen.
Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Now here at the par 4 8, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of 2 bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those 2 bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Rounding out the front nine with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee?
Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power? Oh, huge. Ooh. Huge with a capital F.
Busted that.
Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch.
Should be safely on deck.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Frank, one of the great moments in tournament history here in Scottsdale, you go back to 1996, the sudden death playoff between Phil Mickelson and Justin Leonard. Mickelson has always been the hero out here because he went to Arizona State.
Yeah, and it still runs through his veins, Rich. There was such an important win for him because to do it in front of people that he considered his home crowd was huge. And then also to do it in a playoff where, obviously it's win or lose. So for Mickelson, 1996 and TPC Scottsdale, certainly ring home.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. This from about 10 feet. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Moving on to the 11th hole, Frank, water all along the left side, 472 yards. How do you handle this one?
Well, this one's weird because the tees are a little off-center. They start down the right side, which makes it into a dogleg. And you mentioned the water. It always comes into play. And there are 0 fairway bunkers. You don't need them here at 11 because really it's all about the tee shot. Find the fairway, then even though it's a long par 4, you should be able to at least attack that green safely. Miss the fairway to the right, which is the bailout side, and your problems are just starting.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
But now a chance for a birdie. good putt. 12th hole now, looking at 192 yards, par 3.
Won't quite play that distance because that tee shot is considerably downhill. But you really have to be cognizant of the wind if it's coming off the left, because it easily brings that water into play down the right should that tee shot just start moving with the wind.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Drops it in. Par 3 12th may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of this green. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. Well, a good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
That's an absolute beauty.
And he's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Birdie try up next. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
He'll take par and move on. Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And of course that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You know, you realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course, but this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that huge lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. So where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. And this is looking really good. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Wow, I thought he made that. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And getting ready for the putt. That finds the bottom of the cup. We'll call that a birdie. Well, partner, here we go. Players have characterized it as terrifying, chaotic, amazing. The stadium atmosphere here at this hole, the 16th, the par 3, is really spectacular, isn't it, Frank?
It is. Because of the atmosphere, the number of people, this is the closest a golfer gets to like kicking a field goal in a Super Bowl, because just surrounded by people. It's not really the difficulty of the hole. Just over 160 yards, a modest par 3. There's no water in trouble. But it's an atmosphere that golfers never normally are familiar with.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that? So they'll tap in. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, 16 was fun. 17 is always exciting here at TPC Scottsdale.
You've got to be careful because that water that sort of goes around the left side of the green, if that ball's coming in with a little bit of hook, it's just going to keep going left. There's the one bunker you really have to focus on. That's the one in the middle of the fairway. 280 will carry that. Chances are the ball can run onto the green. It takes a brave man really to try and fly this ball all the way there. It's not really needed because there's always another 10 or 15 yards of run. Factor that in.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. way. Perfect roll right there.
Anything other than a rookie. Great stroke.
Down to the 17th, and Frank, fair to say this is one of the best short par fours in all of golf?
It is. The drivable par 4 that's designed the way it's meant to be played is a winner. The ones that are just shortened to be made drivable, they don't work. This was designed to be a 17th hole, and it was designed to be drivable. You couldn't get a better place, and he is winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll. That wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
Safely on deck.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
How did that not go in?
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage, and you're not going to birdie every hole.
Did the job right there. Teed up here at the par 4 second. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
This hole has been lengthened in 2014, some 30-plus yards. Bunkering down the right has also changed, making this drive a little bit more important now. You can't just blaze away over the hill. Green also changed with the addition of 2 bunkers on the left side.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second.
It's at sneaky distance.
With a good read, might have been able to make it from that distance, but not to be. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. In for par. Now the third hole, it's a par 5, and how does this one set up, Frank?
It's a nice yardage around that 550, 560 yard mark. So a good drive, you can certainly reach the par 5 and 2. Got to flash it across a little bit of a desert there. This green has been completely changed in 2014, and the addition of 1 bunker to that right side. Used to be 2. Rich, these winds haven't subsided at all today. It's certainly a tough test out there right now for these players.
They get your attention, don't they, as a player?
They have club selection right now, vital.
You put the ball back in your stance just a little bit?
If you're going to hit it down.
has hit a good drive here at the third. Down there a good ways and in the fairway.
Second shot.
Frankie appears to be in control of his game in the early going.
I like what I'm seeing out there, doing all the basic things at a very, very high level, getting the ball in play. That helps set up the next shot. Next shot gets on the green. That's how it sets up the birdie putt. It's one thing leading to another.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. And it drops for birdie. Here now at the par 3 fourth. Frank, what's the setup here?
Plays a little downhill, so it won't play its full 180 yards. You can perhaps take one club off the decision off the tee. The green, as you can see now, is a little wider than what it was deep. The bunkering, though, is certainly excellent there. A little pop bunker on the right side, one there if you come up a little short, and there's another one on the left side should you pull your tee shot.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank going for two in a row now. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, this is a demanding driving hole, the par 4 fifth.
Another hole that bends gently to the left. There used to be two bunkers down the right side. It's now one, and it's in the perfect position to make you think about your tee shot. Really, you have to be left of that. The new tee's added a little bit of yardage to it. The green still looks the same as what it once was. Tilts slightly from left to right. But you can see why a draw is the preferred shot at TPC Scottsdale.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Safely aboard. Just a couple of feet. Can't wait to write those on the card. One below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Now to the par 4 sixth. Decision time, Frank. Driver, or do you go with 3-wood?
A lot of that's going to depend on if there's any breeze. If the breeze is at your back, you can drive it all the way down the right side and take those two bunkers down the right completely out of play. This hole's been stiffened up, though. The length hasn't increased, but that bunkering in that choke point. So the strategy, do you have the length to get past them? Or if you have to lay up, it's going to leave a much longer second shot.
Good contact, good result. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. This is a good looking shot. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday and a chance for another one today. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
On to the par 3 7th, 215 yards from that back tee box, Frank.
This hole hasn't really changed. Still has that V-shaped green where it's very narrow in the front. A high-flying shot in here that carries that front edge, and you'll find the further and further you go back there, the more receptive and that green starts to widen.
Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. This is a good hole, Frank, the par 4 8th.
Yet another dogleg left, Rich, on the front side. And it's a sharper dogleg now because they've put in two bunkers down the left side. It used to be a bailout area for the players in the past. You can't do that anymore. And I doubt anybody can fly it over that left one. It's nearly 330 yards to carry that in the air. Those two bunkers have forced the players to go out to the right, making that second shot a little bit longer now.
Frank, this really is kind of a good lesson. You and I had said earlier that it looked gloomy, but you dig in, you keep fighting, and something good happens.
You have to credit his composure.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
That is an unusual golf swing. but those have worked throughout time. Lee Trevino, Ray Floyd, Jim Furyk. They've done all right, haven't they? Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Frank, how did he do there?
Well, he's inside 30 feet, but 27 feet, it's not exactly what you'd call close.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Locked in on the read and the speed. Good par. Rounding out the front nine with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be two bunkers down the right side. There is now one, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the best line is still down the left side, so it still actually suits a draw off the tee. Green is slightly elevated and not very deep, too. So judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9. He goes after it like he is here.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil.
That's a ginormous tee shot.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
Safely on deck.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today?
You'd like that one again. Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Good putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Oh, that's fine.
Players aren't just grabbing any old golf club these days, Frank. It's about spin rate and launch angle and all of those sorts of concepts.
Yeah, and the grooves. All those things help the player. Even the loft on wedges now. Loft is increased. We now see 64, 65-degree sand irons, so they get the ball up quicker and it stops quicker.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. And now we'll have this for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
So they'll tap in. He'll take par and move on. Onto the par 4 11th hole. Frank, what's the best play here?
No bunkers really here to worry about, Rich, so you have to pick something in the distance as a good line. Something a little bit away from the water that protects the left side of this fairway. And it's adjacent to the 15th hole, the other par 5 coming home. So a good drive, perhaps with a little bit of cut off the tee. And that should shape up nicely for this long par 4.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Could use this. A putt for par. Did the job right there. Twelfth hole now, looking at 192 yards, par 3.
Won't quite play that distance because that tee shot is considerably downhill. But you really have to be cognizant of the wind if it's coming off the left, because it easily brings that water into play down the right should that tee shot just start moving with the wind.
Frank, through the years, we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day. They don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints. They're marathons. Par 5 13, Frank, what kind of scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get on a par 5, obviously birdies and eagles come to mind. 13's been changed a little bit over the years. The split fairway's gone. Now it's just one fairway. Water in play, bunker on the left side. They certainly define this fairway. And they've toughened up the front and left side of this par 5 green. The longer hitter, the high ball hitter, still you get a reward at 13.
You can play it from there, 300 yards away and in the fairway.
Second shot.
should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Getting set now over the putt. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Will make birdie if he holds this putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Par 4, 14th. Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going for a little extra. Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Count that for a birdie. All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on the fairway, you can sort of always wade across walking down the 11th hole. Find the fairway, you can reach this par 5 and 2. A little bit of an island-looking green there, bunker on the left, and also another bunker just short right. But a fairway missed here. You can rack up 5, 6, 7. We've seen all sorts of scores here at 15.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5. His second shot. Appears to be tracking well. That is classy.
Yeah, a chance of going in.
This is an eagle putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Down to the 16th hole, and Frank, what makes this so special is the walk underneath the grandstands. It's the Gladiator coming into the Coliseum.
That's a perfect description, Rich, and that's why this hole is unlike any other hole on the PGA Tour. The atmosphere that the players feel on that tee, they cannot prepare for, they can't experience anywhere else. This is a once-in-a-lifetime par 3.
And when you look at it from up high with the blimp view, it sort of appears as though they've dropped Fenway Park or Wrigley Field right into the desert. And this is a sellout crowd. I mean, this is 20,000 fans, and there's nothing like it. There's not a single hole in golf that has more fans on it than the 16th here at TPC Scottsdale. Good, clean contact, and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. and getting ready for the putt. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, 16 was fun. 17 is always exciting here at TPC Scottsdale.
You've got to be careful because that water that sort of goes around the left side of the green, if that ball's coming in with a little bit of hook, it's just going to keep going left. There's the one bunker you really have to focus on. That's the one in the middle of the fairway. 280 will carry that. Chances are the ball can run onto the green. It takes a brave man really to try and fly this ball all the way there. It's not really needed because there's always another 10 or 15 yards of run. Factor that in.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. This is a long putt. Really the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. That was not a very good read right there. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all. Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side. But it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there.